Nina sat by the window of her small cabin, nestled deep within the woods. The October chill had set in early this year, casting a veil of mist over the surrounding trees. The isolation was intentional. She had come to this remote corner of the country for a retreat, to write without distraction. But in the dimming twilight, as the light from her single oil lamp flickered, the cabin no longer felt like the safe haven it once did. She glanced at the unfinished manuscript lying on her desk, frustrated with the lack of progress. Weeks had passed, and she was still stuck on the first few chapters. The quiet solitude that she had once craved now felt suffocating, and her thoughts seemed to echo too loudly within her head. As the wind howled outside, shaking the cabin's old wooden frame, Nina knew she wouldn't get much writing done tonight. Then she heard it, a soft, mournful hum. Nina froze, straining to listen. It came again, a melody so faint that it could have easily been mistaken for the wind. She stood up and opened the window slightly, letting the cold air in. The melody grew clearer, its notes lilting like a forgotten lullaby carried on the wind. There was something off about the sound, though, something that made her skin crawl. She grabbed her flashlight and coat, feeling an irresistible urge to follow the sound. After all, there shouldn't have been anyone for miles. Her nearest neighbor lived a good 30-minute drive away. Pushing open the door, Nina stepped into the night. The mist hung thick in the air, and the trees loomed like dark sentinels. The hum continued, faint but consistent, drawing her deeper into the forest. She felt like she was walking through a dream, her footsteps barely making a sound on the leaf-covered ground. The path ahead was unclear, swallowed by the mist, but the melody was all the direction she needed. As she walked, memories from her childhood surfaced unbidden. Her mother used to sing to her when she was young, though the melodies had been forgotten over time. But this song, this eerie hum, it was like a distorted version of those lullabies. It was as if someone was taking the comforting tune of her past and twisting it into something unsettling, something wrong. Nina wasn't sure how long she had been walking when she saw it, a figure standing in the distance, barely visible through the mist. It was a woman, draped in a long, flowing gown that seemed to shimmer faintly in the darkness. Her back was to Nina, her face hidden. Yet, the melody came from her, the song growing louder as Nina approached. "Hello?" Nina called out, her voice hesitant. The woman stopped humming, her head tilting slightly as if she had just become aware of Nina's presence. For a long, tense moment, the figure remained still. Then, with a slow, deliberate motion, she began to turn. Nina's breath caught in her throat as the woman's face came into view. She was beautiful, in a way that was almost unnatural, pale skin that seemed to glow under the moonlight, eyes that were wide and dark, and lips that were curved into a haunting smile. But it was her eyes that unsettled Nina the most. They were too large, too deep, and as Nina stared into them, she felt like she was being pulled into an abyss. "Who are you?" Nina whispered, taking a cautious step back. The woman said nothing, but her smile widened. Then she began to hum again, the same unsettling melody, but this time it was louder, more insistent. Nina felt a chill run down her spine. She tried to move, to turn away, but her feet wouldn't obey. It was as if the song had taken hold of her, rooting her to the spot. Panic set in. Nina struggled to break free from whatever invisible force was holding her. Her mind screamed at her to run, to get as far away from this woman as possible, but her body refused to cooperate. The humming grew louder, and the woman took a step toward her, the smile never leaving her face. In a desperate act, Nina forced herself to look away, shutting her eyes tightly. The moment she did, the paralysis broke. Her legs finally obeyed, and she stumbled backward, falling to the ground. Scrambling to her feet, she ran, her heart pounding in her chest. The humming followed her, growing fainter but never disappearing completely. She didn't stop running until she reached her cabin, slamming the door shut behind her. Gasping for breath, Nina leaned against the door, her mind racing. What had just happened? Who was that woman, and what did she want? The melody still echoed faintly in her ears, like a memory she couldn't shake. As the minutes passed, Nina tried to calm herself. Maybe it was a hallucination, a trick of the mind brought on by stress and exhaustion. But deep down, she knew that wasn't true. That woman, whatever she was, had been real, and she wasn't done with Nina yet. That night, Nina barely slept. Every time she closed her eyes, she heard the humming. It crept into her dreams, warping them into twisted, nightmarish versions of reality. In one dream, she was back in the forest, only this time the woman wasn't alone. Others stood with her, their faces blank, their eyes wide and dark like hers. They all hummed the same melody, their voices blending into a chorus that filled the air, suffocating her with its eerie beauty. She woke up in a cold sweat, the remnants of the dream clinging to her like a second skin. She could still hear the song, faint and distant, as if it was coming from deep within the woods. The next day, Nina tried to go about her usual routine, hoping that the events of the previous night would fade into the background. But the humming persisted. It followed her everywhere, when she was writing, when she was making coffee, even when she was reading. It was always there, just on the edge of hearing, like a phantom that refused to leave. By the third day, Nina was at her breaking point. The song had become louder, more insistent, and with it came a growing sense of dread. She couldn't shake the feeling that the woman was watching her, waiting for her to return to the woods. The isolation that had once been her sanctuary now felt like a prison, the walls of the cabin closing in on her. Desperate for answers, Nina did something she hadn't done in weeks. She drove to town. The small, sleepy village nearby was home to only a few hundred people, most of whom were older locals. She wasn't sure what she was looking for, but she needed to talk to someone, anyone, about what was happening. At the local diner, Nina struck up a conversation with an elderly woman named Margaret, who had lived in the area her whole life. As they talked, Nina hesitantly mentioned the strange humming she had heard in the woods. Margaret's expression darkened immediately. "You've heard it, then," she said quietly, her voice barely above a whisper. Nina frowned. "Heard what?" "The siren's song," Margaret replied. "It's an old legend around these parts. They say there's a woman in the woods, some kind of spirit, or maybe a witch, who sings to people. If you hear her song, it means she's marked you." Nina's heart skipped a beat. "Marked me for what?" Margaret shook her head. "No one knows for sure. But those who hear the song, they don't last long. They either go mad, or they disappear altogether." That night, Nina lay in bed, Margaret's words echoing in her mind. She couldn't escape the melody. It was louder now, relentless, as if the woman was standing right outside her window, beckoning her. The urge to follow the song was overwhelming, like a pull deep within her soul. By midnight, Nina couldn't take it anymore. She grabbed her flashlight and coat, and without thinking, she stepped outside. The moment she did, the song seemed to intensify, as if the woman knew she was coming. This time, there was no hesitation. Nina walked through the mist-covered forest, the humming guiding her like a beacon. Her feet moved on their own, as if she were in a trance, and before she knew it, she was standing in the same spot as before. The woman was there, waiting for her, but this time, there was no smile. The woman's face was a mask of sorrow, her eyes wide and dark. She raised her hand, beckoning Nina closer, her voice soft but insistent. Nina felt the pull again, stronger than ever. She stepped forward, drawn to the woman's outstretched hand. Her mind screamed at her to stop, to turn back, but her body refused to listen. The last thing she heard before the darkness swallowed her was the sound of the siren's song, sweet and terrible, calling her home. The next morning, the local sheriff received a call from a concerned neighbor. Nina hadn't returned her car, and her cabin was empty. Search parties were sent into the woods, but no trace of her was ever found. But the humming, oh, the humming, it never stopped. Some say, if you stand in those woods at night, you can still hear it, faint and distant, like a lullaby forgotten by time. And if you listen closely enough, you might even hear the sound of footsteps, drawing ever closer.